Hi guys, and welcome to this video. My name's Chris with Webbonix Gaming, and this is Raid Shadow Legends. So this is going to be a playthrough slash walkthrough guide for anyone who's new to Raid or wants to get into Raid and to see what it's about. Hopefully you guys will watch some of these videos and kind of follow along, get my perspective on what is useful. Let's check out this intro.
I think I'll pass on this one.
Elhain, I think he likes you.
Not for long.
Okay, so we get straight into the game. There's a little cinematic intro, and then we get to this kind of like press this button here to do stuff. Yeah. So before we get into this, you have to understand that this is a mobile game. So we're treating it like a mobile game. We're not expecting to have like a major in-depth story or extensive gameplay mechanics. It is what it is. This game is built for mobile. And it is good, and it's very playable on mobile. If you like those types of games where you could just like dip in and out throughout the day, managing resources and kind of having a little bit of tactical input, choosing what gear to use and what champions to use, and this is going to be a nice game for you. This game is available on PC through their on download through Plarium, and it's also available on mobile devices through the iTunes Store and Google Play Store. So let's continue through with this little sequence here.
Well shot! Where did you learn that? Hunting orcs.
The Arbiter cannot bar me forever, Elf. You and I will have our day. Let's keep moving.
Four of them! Come on! Which of you filth dies first today?
Athel, we really don't have time for this.
Very well. Take them. By the light, I'm glad you're on our side.
It's just one big happy family, mortal. Move along. The sooner we win, the sooner I'm free of you.
Spread out. The artifact should be here somewhere.
Easy, everyone. Every dragon has a weak spot. If I can hit it just right.
And you're gone.
I think I like this dragon.
Well, that could have gone better. Any ideas?
We attack together. On three. For Teleria! For the Arbiter!
I thought these champions may have been the ones. Yet it seems I have failed. They were not ready. Teleria is dying, consumed by war and discord. Even now, dark forces in the service of Siroth spread a foul shadow from the east. As Guardian of Teleria, I have done what I can, but my power is almost spent. This task now falls to you. I have strength left to restore only one fallen champion to aid you. With their shard remade, they will be bound to your will. But you must choose.
Okay, so I started playing this game like a year ago now. and also I don't think there was any story to it. I must have just like mashed through the buttons, and all of that sequence you can kind of like click through it. You don't have to listen to that stuff. But I didn't realize like the Arbiter, the person just speaking there, was actually a champion in the game. And she is probably one of the best champions in the game as well. So congratulations if you've got her. I'm working on her and I almost have her. Okay, so this is the first kind of choice that you get. You have to choose your first champion for the game. Now they're all at the same affinity. They're all magic affinity. This blue little color at the bottom. They're all rares, and they all kind of like have bring a decent amount of advantage into the game for a starting character. They'll have some varied skills. Let's just go over these quickly. We've got Elhain, Kael, Gallic, and Athel. Let's go to Elhain first. She's got, you'll notice as well, all these champions have an aura skill, which increases ally HP in battles by 15%. So they've all got that, and then they've all got, I think it's 3. Yeah, they've all got 3 skills. And this is referred to A1, A2, and A3. So let's go over Elhain's first. For A1 attack, Keen Shot, she attacks one enemy, places an extra hit if this attack is critical. Her A2 ability, attacks one enemy, then all enemies, has an extra 15% chance of inflicting a critical hit, places a 13% increased crit rate buff on this champion for 3 turns if a target is killed. And her A3 ability attacks all enemies 2 times. So she has got some general, she self buffs, and she's got some AoE attacks as well, which is good for clearing groups of enemy. It's good for campaign. A lot of people use her in arena as well. And then we've got Kael. Kael's a lot of people's favorite for a start champion, just because he has a little bit more of an advantage, because his attacks deal poison. So his A1 ability attacks one enemy, has an 80% chance of placing a 2.5% poison debuff for 2 turns, and that goes up to a 100% chance. His A2 ability attacks all enemies, has an extra 15% chance of inflicting a critical hit. Fill the turn meter of this champion by 25% for each enemy killed. So if you attack and kill 4 enemies, you instantly get a turn straight after. And his A3 attacks 4 times at random, has a 40% chance of placing a 5% poison debuff for 2 turns. That has a cooldown on there, which takes it to 4 turns, and it takes the debuff, the chance of casting that spell, the poison part of that spell, by an extra 10%, so that goes up to 50%. Yeah, he's pretty good. Like, his poison abilities are the reason that a lot of people choose him. He's the favorite in many cases, because he has his poison, which is very beneficial for the part of the game which you unlock later, which is the clan boss. Poison is very useful in that encounter. That's why a lot of people choose him. Gallic, his A1 ability attacks one enemy 2 times. His A2 ability attacks all enemies, has an extra 15% chance of inflicting a critical hit, places a 30% increased speed buff on this champion for 2 turns. And his A3 ability attacks 4 times at random, has a 30% chance of placing a 30% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns, has a 30% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns if the target has more than 2 debuffs. And then we move on to Athel. A1 ability attacks one enemy 3 times, has a 75% chance of placing a 25% weakened debuff for 2 turns on the last hit. This also goes up to 100%. This is probably one of the strongest weakened debuffs on a rare champion, just because it's 100% and it's on her A1 ability. A2 ability attacks all enemies, has an extra 15% chance of inflicting a critical hit. And her A3 ability places a 25% increased attack buff on this champion for 2 turns, places a 30% increased defense buff on this champion for 2 turns if this champion's current HP is less than 50% and gains 1 extra turn. So these are all the champions. That was quite a bit of a mouthful to go through all of those. They are all fairly, in my opinion, they're all fairly balanced, and it doesn't really matter which champion you choose. All of these are going to be good for clearing, for starting your start of the game into mid-game range. So yeah, they're all pretty useful. The only difference is time spent on champion, resources spent on a champion. Kale's kind of the one you want to be putting resources in because it's going to be useful a bit later on down the line as well, such as clan boss. So you can use him in your like initial teams for clan boss. So therefore, it's resources spent wisely. But other than that, they're all generally kind of the same. They've all got like AoE attacks, single attacks. They've all got their own like debuffs that they bring, or buffs, and they've all got the same HP aura. So yeah, it's kind of dependent on you. We are going to go for Kale, just because he does have that extra poison effect, which is a good choice to go for, in my opinion as well, because of this poison debuffs is going to help you on clan boss, and with his A2 ability is going to be good for clear impacts, for getting you through your campaign. Let's grab this guy.
So be it. Awaken, warrior. This is your bastion. From
And then we start this up. Don't have to go through this. You can kind of like go through this yourself. But yeah, we're gonna kind of like cover each area as we go through it anyway.
Excellent.
On a fresh new champion that we can work with.
Behold.
Okay, so this is the campaign area. Chapter 1.
11 generations of peace had reigned between the kingdom of Karok and the realm of Aravia. A peace now shattered by King Teba's brutal campaign of expansion into the neutral lands between the two kingdoms. Once revered as a pillar of justice, King Teba had imposed crushing taxes to finance his war with his former ally, bringing desolation and ruin upon his own people. Had the king lost all reason? On the orders of the Arbiter, the company set out to persuade him to renounce his folly and wayward policies, even if it meant storming the very gates of Karok Castle.
Karok will not fall easily. Like all places in Teleria, there are multiple stages of defenders. You must defeat all stages to move forward with your journey. This is where you select your team and review the enemy champions before each magic beats. You have only...
Okay, so that's just basically given the setup of each stage. You've got your affinities here, so each champion has an affinity assigned to them. So here we've got the Spirit Affinity and the Magic Affinity. Magic's at the top. It's strong against Spirit Affinity, and Spirit Affinity is strong against Force Affinity. And then that just goes around in a circle. Force is really weak against Spirit Affinity. And there's one in the middle which is Void, and that's kind of neutral, so that you don't get any benefits or weaknesses to other affinities with the Void champions. So we've got our starting characters. These are the only ones we can choose for now. And because we've selected Kale as our starting champion, he also gets the aura for the HP bonus as well, which tells you up in this section here. Aura skill increases ally HP in battles by 15%.
The arrows above each enemy's head show how your champion's affinity matches up against theirs.
It's like she was just saying, yellow's for neutral, no benefits or weaknesses. We just go ahead and select a skill. That wasn't the one I wanted to select, but oh well. Use this A2. Might as well just take this out now with single attacks. Let's move on. These two have different affinities. It's got the affinity at the where it also shows their level. This is their HP and this is their turn meter. So we've got a strong affinity against this champion, which is the spirit. So we are just gonna use our AoE attack. And then just finish this guy off. And there's a few like other things, like you've got the info of the battle. So if there's any buffs or debuffs, it'll give you information on those next to the champions or the enemies. The auto just kind of like lets this battle auto play out, and there's a speeder which it does that. And this is all the abilities per character. So we're currently on Kale with that green ring around him, and these are his abilities. The number on there is how many cooldowns it has, how many turns that you need to take before you can use that ability again. Obviously we've just gone through these bits, and this is like the area of where we are in the level. So we're around 3 of 3, and this is the time it's taken so far, 1 minute 37 seconds. So let's just finish these two off. And we got our loot. You're always going to get silver from these battles, and most of the time you're going to get an item.
Excellent. Campaign levels drop along with specialized.
All right, let's go back to the
Go to
Bastion.
your champion collection.
Yeah, Bastion is just your main hub.
This is where you can view each champion.
Right, so now it's the tutorial for equipping things. We can go onto our champion. It's selected on the left side, and the slots are on the right side. So we click on the weapon slot, and we can select an artifact. Whip it.
See that? I believe you are ready.
It's just auto playing through this. Just going back into the level, and now we're at a stage where we can just click on the auto and just let it play out. This is what you're going to be doing for the majority of this game, kind of like auto-win these battles, because you're going to be going through them, coming back to these levels a lot just to grind out experience, silver, and artifacts.
Congratulations, you leveled
And now we leveled up, so we get a refill of energy, and it goes up
gems and here are your rewards.
by an extra few points as well, and we get some gems as well, which are your most which are a highly sought after resource.
Artifacts can be equipped individually.
Right, the equipping of a piece of gear.
Special icons will show which artifact sets a champion is equipped with. This set boosts your champion's HP by 15%.
Yeah, so it does kind of, it tells you as you play through this. There is a little intro. There's a kind of gives you a brief guide of what you need to do to make your champion stronger, which is what we're doing now. Just the basic. We're upgrading our gear that we've got, our artifact.
Excellent work. When you have learned well.
Yeah, brilliant. So we completed a challenge, and we also get this, which is our new player rewards. So I think they brought this in a little bit after I started playing this, so it wasn't from the start. But basically, for each day you log in, you get a new piece of gear. This is a lifesteal set, which is very good throughout the whole time we're playing this game. And then at the end, day 7, you get a new champion, which she's not the best, but she is useful if you don't have any champion that fills that role. So we received our boots, and then we get to like microtransactions. You'll see a lot of these, especially when you just log into the game. I think on my main account, like about between like 5 and 7 pop up when I first log in, which could be a bit of a pain sometimes. But it's just, yeah, this is what you can buy. These are our packs on offer at the minute. That's all the stuff you get. But we're just going to deselect that. And now we can actually play the game for ourselves. So we got 3 rewards. Let's see what this is. Okay, so this is just going through your like progress rewards. So starting from level 1, we've kind of we've just selected our champion and gone through like the tutorial area, which is basic battle commands and gear equipping. Now this is our bastion, which is just the name for your hub station. All these things around here get unlocked when we progress these levels. I think these levels are wrong though. You kind of unlock them at different levels to what it says, unless they've updated that recently. But yeah, so once you start off as a new player, you'll get a daily login rewards, which is all this. So this lasts for 3 months, and every day you log in you get a new reward. So there's a lot of stuff to pick up here. Again, they didn't have this when I started the game, but when I was able to do it when they introduced it, which was probably about 4 months ago, I think. 4 or 5 months, probably a bit longer than that. More like 5 or 6 months ago. So you get a lot of rewards here. You get loads of shards, which is what you use to summon new champions. Loads of artifact pieces, skill books, XP boosts, gems, and then you get a champion at the end of it. Epic champions, by the way. And so for day 60, epic champion at the end, and epic champion at the end. Which can be useful for starting off with, especially when you don't have many champions to use. As well as these daily login rewards. We've gone over those. These are new player rewards. And you also get progression rewards. Every time you reach level 5, you get XP boost, level 10, skill book, gems, skill book, and so on. So you get 60, then you get Sacred Shard. And we got some free rewards available as well. So this is from downloading the game. Get these. Let's grab these right now because these are 4-star rare artifacts, which are going to be good starting off for the game. And then as well as all that stuff, you get your daily rewards, your playtime rewards. So as long as you're logged in and playing the game, after so many minutes, after 180 minutes, you will be able to get all these rewards, and these go up in stages. So if we play for 5 minutes, we can get this. So if we play for 20 minutes, we can get the shard. In 17 minutes, we can get this reward, and then you get a free energy boost, a free energy refill after an hour of play, which is always the one to aim for, because that's going to give you your resources back, so you can like do anything in the game. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave this video here. We've gone over a lot of stuff. If you've watched this video up until this point and you like any of this content, then please hit that like and subscribe button on the channel, and even the notification bell, and it'll notify you when we post another video. If there's any topics in this video which I've like gone over but haven't gone too much into, and you would like a more in-depth explanation with my views on the subject, then please throw in a comment, and I'll be able to, and hopefully I'll be able to bring a video out soon explaining that kind of subject in further detail. Yeah, so I hope you like this. Hope you enjoyed watching this, and if you'd like to see more than this, then click that like button. The more likes I get, the more faster I'm going to be bringing this content out to you guys. So once again, hope I see you in another video, and yeah, take care guys.